Welcome everyone. We would like to start the agenda in a minute. Please remain online and kindly switch your microphone to silent mode. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The honorable speaker, Dr. Denis S. Ushakov, and to all of our guests that presents today. Thank you and welcome to the guest lecture program hosted by Postgraduate School Universitas Airlangga. And my name is Nita, and I will be the moderator for this guest lecture. Well, this guest lecture will be a presentation or lecture session, and then followed by a question and answer session. And we will now move on to the next agenda, which is the lecture session. But first, let me introduce you to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Denis S. Ushakov, an associate professor, Digital International Business Program, College of Hospitality Industries Management, Swan Sunanda Rajabat University, Bangkok. He has published more than 77 research papers in ranked and indexed International Science Journal of Scopus and Web of Science, 43 research papers in international science journals in English and in Russian, and he has participated in 25 international scientific conferences and 3 trainings manuals for students for international business programs. And today he will give us the insight about HR trends in 2021 and after COVID-19 transformations. Please welcome Dr. Denis S. Ushakov. Dr. Denis, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Selamat malam. Good evening from here, from Montenegro. I'm sorry today I'm not in Bangkok because I have a short vacation. I decided to visit my friends at some universities here in Europe. But anyway, it's my great pleasure to participate in these activities in famous and popular and my beloved Airlangga University from Surabaya, from Indonesia. And second, thank you very much for this invitation. I will try to make all my best to deliver a wonderful speech and interested and fruitful lecture for all participants. And thank you again for this invitation. I'm happy to see so many interested persons who are not busy in this wonderful evening in Indonesia and prefer to spend time with me online, to spend time and to get some new information. Today, I would like to talk with you about post-COVID trends. What we're gonna have after COVID-19 pandemic, what trends will impact mostly the labor market and what we will get on the labor market, what situation, how situation on the labor market, international labor market in all over the world, overseas will change, will change in the short and long terms for the operational and strategic levels. And second part of my lecture, I will talk about trends in HR, in human resource management. What new trends and what new methods and what new technologies, maybe some new approaches for staff evaluation, for staff motivation, for staff promotion, and so on, we will have to use if our company, if our department would like to survive in the new reality, in post-COVID reality. But before I start my lecture, I would like to ask everyone, if you have any question, you can ask me during the lecture. No problem, don't be afraid to interrupt me. I know that Indonesian people, you are very modest and shy and you may be afraid to interrupt lecturer, but no worries, it doesn't matter. I will answer. I like to have a dialogue. So if you have any question, you can ask me immediately, or you can send me a message in chat. I will try to read at the same time, and I will answer together with along the lecture. Yes, or after lecture, no problem. You can remind your question and ask me. I will try to give you full answer for this interesting things. Okay, and my moment, I would like to share my presentation for you. Can I make it? Yes, I can. Here is my presentation. Can you see?
Not yet,
Not
sir.
yet.
Okay, can you see?
Yes, sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wonderful. So thank you very much for my perfect introduction. Yes, I repeat a little bit again. My name is Dr. Denis. Just call me Dr. Denis. That's all. Just Denis, enough, no problem. I'm Russian by my origin, but currently I'm living and working in Thailand, more than 11 years already. And I got my full professorship in Russia from Russia Ministry of Higher Education and Science, and got associate professor in Thailand, because there are different system of academic titles. So I have to make this way second time in Thailand, but it was full of and was very enjoyable for me. So currently I'm associate professor in Suan Sunantara Jabat University in Bangkok. And a lot of my researches, a lot of my scientific job was related with HR and related with international migration, international labor markets, and new requirements and new normality and new realities of international labor and work market changes and development. So maybe I hope I have something to share for you. I know that most of you students of master and doctoral programs, so maybe you know better than me some details, but I really hope that something new information about modern trends I will deliver to you today, right now. Okay, so moment, how can I change it? Sorry.
Still freeze, I guess.
Oh, okay. Coronavirus pandemic actually changed all our life. Yes, and actually I think first time in our life, first time in our post-industrial era, in our era of digital technologies, we faced with these challenges. Yes, a lot of challenges related with our personal feeling, with our psychology, with our feeling, health, our health and our family relationships, and of course of our job and organization of our working process. A lot of these challenges, most of these challenges are very new for us. But at the same time, yes, pandemic changed all our life, but pandemic gave us a lot of new opportunities. And actually already we understand it and we feel, and today I will tell about the situation, we got some new experience, some new approaches, some new technologies, some new ways for organization we got, and we already use it. And a lot of us, we already like it, but we could not imagine, for example, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, how can it be? How can it happen, for example, in Surabaya, in Bangkok, or all over the world? And already now it's our new reality. So we have to understand all positive, not only negative, but also positive challenges and positive changes that coronavirus pandemic and new reality gave us. Pandemic gave us the way and give us opportunity to rethink, to update our opinion, yes, how to organize work and what real values of employees and employers now exist, how to accelerate efficiency of using these values, and of course, how to be ready, how to make our organization, how to make the working of our HR department prepare it for the future challenges and future changes, what we can expect for the next for the future, yes, in our future, in short term, in long term, maybe next 30 years. Today, I will try to give you some information about this one. Firstly, let's talk about some short-term trends, just in labor market. Short trends means it will happen very soon. Maybe it's already going on before, might be 5, 7 next years. First trends that we can conclude, and actually this is a reality, for sure, offices will be empty. People don't want to come back. Actually, this is like, after I will tell you about some modern researches about the satisfaction of remote employees, yes, and 98% of them, they are happy. They are happy to work in distance. Only 20% of workers, they would like to come back to office. Most of people, yes, first feeling when they only started to work online, started to work remotely, it was big issue for them. They didn't understand how to do it. They didn't feel, they felt loneliness. They felt a little bit uncertain. They didn't feel any relationships with organization, any corporate spirit and so on. But 2 years, it's quite a long time. And majority of people today, majority of employees, they are happy to work in distance. Yes, 25% they completely don't want to come back in office. And about 50% they maybe want to go back to office, but not same as before. Yes, they would like to combine, they would like to mix distance, remote work and real offline work in the offices. So we can conclude that this trend, when the offices will remain empty, will be in the nearest future. Offices, no, of course, it's nice for organizations. Yes, it's good for business because they can cut off costs, for example, for rent, yes, for building, for depreciation of these assets and many other things. And it's not bad for workers because they can be more effective, for example, planning their time and time management. Yes, they maybe feel more satisfied and more happy working from homes. So this is the first short trend. Next one. No, this one, I'm not sure about Indonesia, but this is a trend, for example, all over West today. Yes, and for sure, Asia a little bit behind of almost European and American trends. And maybe in 2, 3, 5 years, maybe faster, it will come to Indonesia, it will be in Thailand, it will be all over Southeast Asia. Racial diversity, fairness, inclusions of everything. This is a new reality again. Yes, we can look, for example, a situation that was happened in America just 2 years ago about BLM movement. We can watch, for example, today in Europe, what is going on with different minorities of society. Yes, how they aggressively protect their own rights and would like to even opposite them with majority of people. They not ask, they request, yes, the request for respect, the request for some special rights of minorities, and sometimes even it's not in benefits and not in favor of the rights of majority. Maybe in 70%, 90%, the same trends will be popular in Asia soon. And when we talk about HR, this is a working with people, this is a working with society, and HRM and the work of whole HR department has to be connected and related, and moving in paths and moving in step by step with the same trends. So we have to be ready for this. We have to be ready to modernize our system of HR, taking into account, for example, the rights of minorities, racial diversity or regional diversity, or different kinds of fairness. Yes, that can be really mandatory, maybe in the future, in all business entities, and Asia is the same. Next one, revision of the salary of remote workers. Remote workers, as I said before, they don't want to go back. Many people, for example, they moved already far away from big cities. They moved maybe to their hometowns, in the small village, in the suburbs, and they are happy to stay there. They don't want to come back. They don't want to rent expensive apartments. They don't want to stuck it in traffic and so on. They would like to stay in more safe, clean, and cheap location from where they can work, just if they have some good connection, internet access, and so on. So these people, they would like to continue this kind of job. And HR department have to understand what to do with these workers, how to pay them salary. Still now, we have not only one and correct approach, for example, how to evaluate the job results, and how to pay salary, for example, and different other intensives for people who works traditionally in the office and who prefer to work online. We have to reduce their salary, or maybe we have to increase their salary. Maybe we have to change the system of evaluation of their professional efficiency, of their professional performance, what we have to do. And again, this is a trend that our HR department has to be ready soon. The brand office is no longer a basis of corporative culture. As before, yes, as we remember, office was like a heart of our company. And when just somebody enters this office, yes, everyone has to feel and have to see, for example, our logo, our corporative colors, our different slogans, and so on, so on, the corporative style. It was like a basic for our corporative culture. Yes, corporative meetings in this office, corporative, maybe different parties, maybe different activities, and so on, even uniform. Everything was a tool how to spread and how to keep and how to develop and increase this corporative value. But now not. If office is empty, if a lot of people, they prefer to work at home, office lost their value as a heart, as a tool for corporative culture. We have to find another ways. We have to find other tools how to keep, how to develop, how to improve, how to change, and how to spread our corporative culture for our employees and for other people too, who just come to meet us, to see us, who just visit our office. We have to rethink all this strategy of corporative branding, where lost office has no more place, same as, for example, 3-5 years ago. Online employees reviews is a now has a most important role, yes, in the employer's HR brand. HR brand, yes, actually, of course, we know what does it mean. This is a reputation of our company as an employer. Yes, when, for example, our employees, they can discuss, they can sometimes criticize conditions of job, conditions of payment, yes, and different ways of motivation. Now, reviews of workers, we cannot control it anymore. A lot of social nets, a lot of different file platform, yes, a lot of different communications between different workers from different companies. They can exchange, they can spread information, positive, negative. Our office has no competence to control it most of time, in most of cases. So we have to think about it, how to increase and how to support positive reputation and positive image of our company as an employer. And we have to use online employees reviews. Let employees write this review. Today, for example, we can look at the hotel business, airline business, restaurant business. Most of them are fighting for positive review. And most of them are worrying about positive reviews, for example, in TripAdvisor or other platforms for travelers. The same situation is now in HR. Yes, and reviews on HR, reviews on conditions of job, now is going more and more and more important tool. How to increase, how to support, how to develop reputation. We have to know all this information too. And we have to change maybe conditions, maybe our life, maybe our HR system, taking into account this information. Okay, next one. Actually, I think this information very well known for you, but many professions will be unclaimed. Many professions will be, maybe will disappear very soon, thanks to COVID, thanks to digitalization, thanks to innovation and economical and social changes. Actually, just some statistic from Western countries, yes, because they have. Why West? Because West make a lot of researches. Western countries, they had some tools, electronic tools, social, big data tools to analyze faster, more clear, for example, than in Asian countries. So, for example, this is results from Europe. Yes, some professions are no more required. Yes, for example, minus 20% in tourism. Yes, nobody needs some different tourism managers or travel assistants or travel specialists and so on. No, reasons are visible and obvious. For example, a lot of personal assistant of manager, assistant of general directors, also they are losing their importance and nobody hired these positions for last years. As you can see in this table, yes, auditors and accountants, this is a job that will die soon. Yes, mostly because a lot of these functions can be done by robots, can be done by artificial intelligence, by different computer solved programs, and so on. Different specialists in logistics that are less effective, for example, than artificial intelligence. Yes, for example, data collectors and data persons who are responsible to input data in databases. All these functions will be done more effectively by automats, by robots, by computer soft, by artificial intelligence, and so on. But in the same way, we can see that some professions are in increasing demand. And a lot of these people will have a big future. These professions, like professions of future in the short term. Yes, this is the professions related with big data. These professions related with artificial intelligence. These professions are mostly related with education. Not like traditional professors in universities, but for example, persons who can be a mentor, tutor, or for example, game instructor, yes, who can explain faster, effectively, and usually online, who can explain how to, for example, how to work, for example, with big data, or how to create some different soft that can be used under the trend of artificial intelligence creation, or for example, how to work with some special programs, how to write these programs, how to sell these programs, usually online, how to, for example, receive a new profession related with computers, for example, profession of testers. Yes, testing, you can be a tester of or checker of different computer programs. This is very high required and high demanded profession in many countries of the world. And how to be this tester, how to be this checker, how to be this controller. Yes, if I'm a good tutor or good mentor, I can have my own online classes, and my skills how to explain, skills how to use, how to be professional in this area are very, very highly demanded right now, and it will have a future. Next one, for example, yes, very, very prospective area. This is a cyber security. Security of personal data, security of corporative data, security of biggest databases, yes, and cyber security, it's mean like protection of your virtual business activity. Today, this area is low controlled by government. Anyway, government and international levels, they try to control, they try to outstand, yes, they try to control this cyber criminality and different crimes and different hex attacks in cyberspace. But anyway, leaders in this area are business. Yes, and business have more potential and more information and more innovation, more science and knowledge in this direction. So why demand for specialists in cybersecurity will be very high in the soon and will remain high a long time, because we are more and more move in a virtual area where we would like to feel ourselves safe. And this is our needs of us, needs of business. If we have needs, it has to be some supply to satisfy these needs, this demand. Okay, so what about medium-term trends? More longer, yes, more for strategies, for 15 and 20, 25 years in advance, for longer period. First one, this is a normal, absolutely, this is a global trend today, is population aging. Maybe in Indonesia now, this is a not very, very actual trend, but for Thailand, for example, it's already reality, because Thai population now is getting old very fast. Thai people don't want to have babies, same as in Japan and in South Korea, or same as in Europe. Yes, and actually by statistical survey, it will happen to Indonesia too. This is logical and this is normality for humanity all over the world. So Population aging and statistical review, statistical research, they told that about in 2040, about 20% of people of humanity will be aged 65 plus. So we will be older, much older than now. Yes, and a lot of aged people will stay in the Western countries. When the problem with demography, when the problem with the children, with birth rate today is more actual. Of course, it will change our understanding of reality, because aged population means that we have to be more careful about healthcare, about care of older people, to make for them comfortable and normal life, to think about their employment, because they don't want to be retired, they don't want just to stay home. To be 65 soon, it will be normal. Yes, life will not finish in 65, just maybe only start, and nobody will want to be retired at 65. People will be more full of energy and full of desires to continue to work, to continue to teach, to continue to produce something, and so on. I'm sorry, I just read some question maybe in the chat. Okay, I got some question. Okay, how manage high turnover during pandemic in company? What do you mean high turnover? You mean to increase your sales, for example? Yes, to increase your turnover of your maybe cash flow in during pandemic. You mean about it?
Maybe Mr. Eduardo can speak up, sir.
Mr. Eduardo.
Yeah.
Eduardo.
I mean, how does turnover affect human resource? But how is HR turnover calculated during pandemic?
Actually, yes, a good question, but you know, actually, it's not about our topic, because we are mostly talking about HR. Yes, but answering your question, yes, high turnover. Actually, what companies, they even get more than before pandemic, or increase their turnovers even in pandemic. You have to think mostly, yes, it depends on your area, it depends on what kind of your business you have. Of course, some kind of business they have to close completely and bankrupt. For example, travel industry, hospitality industry, yes, transportation, international, and many. You can see in Indonesia, in Thailand, how many hotels, travel agencies, they just bankrupted. It's normal because they completely cut off from different demand. But some organizations, they even increase their profitability. For example, they offered something online. They offered some kind of services in digital area. And they, you know, for example, I think in Indonesia is the same, in Thailand, the same, maybe services on delivery. Yes, different online marketplaces. Yes, when people sell something, it was a new chance for small business to sell something online, because many shops and shopping malls, they were closed. People didn't go, people have a lot of free time, just staying home. No problem, they can offer marketplaces, and marketplaces in Thailand, for example, they're blooming. They were blooming last 2 years and continue to bloom even now. Now people don't want to go to shopping mall, yes, much less than before. They prefer to buy online, and it's okay. If you could organize the system of delivery of, for example, refund or maybe change product, yes, of protection of personal data, you can increase your sales. It's happened, for example, in many countries. Next one, different computer games. Yes, online games, computer games, whatever, because humans stay at home. You don't spend much time in traffic. You don't stay in a working place. You have a lot of free time. What do you want to do? Yes, don't be boring, maybe play games. So computer games, different social nets, different special groups, they increase their profit too. They got a lot of new customers because customers started to spend a lot of time online. Of course, healthcare, this is a very blooming industry today all over the world, not only because of vaccine, not only because of tests and so on, but also because people start now thinking more seriously about their health, because they could feel, yes, that our health is our value. It's very easy to lose everything. So actually, it's not about HR, it's not about trend. It's about your intuition. It's about your entrepreneurial skills. Because any crisis, this is just new opportunity. Somebody can just, okay, I don't want to do anything. I bankrupt my business and stay somewhere on the island alone. Yes, can be like this, but somebody always looking for new ways, for new choice. And why not? Yes, it also depends on your entrepreneurial skill and what you can offer for the new demands, for the new quality of demand. Next one, after pandemic, many workers are comfortable with working from home. How can company deal with this problem? Yeah, very good question. Thank you very much. I will talk about it later. We will have in our class. Okay, this one I don't understand for 100%. Okay, so about how to manage this problem of staying home and working from home, we will talk a little bit later. Okay, let's continue. Second trend, school education, yes, and school program and school requirements for school boys and school girls globally lag much behind technology. This is normally too, because usually schools, they are very conservative and very traditional one. It's very difficult to change education all over the world, not only governmental education, public education, but even private one. All reformation of education going on very slowly and going on very difficult. So usually, and this is absolutely normal, this is the reality, when school requirements and school curricula, they are much behind technology. Business is always in front of school and in front of education. So is it an issue? Is it a problem or not? Maybe not, because it was happened always. Always school was behind, and no problem. School survives, and we have schools today, and we have business today. But maybe another very important issue, that school education is not enough. Yes, that information that you can get in school, it means just only start. It's just only your entrance to the business. But after, if you would like to enter and stay inside, you have to study more and more and more, long life study. Next one, you see education in the university will lose its value in the future. This is unfortunately for most of us, especially for universities, teachers, professors, and so on. Now, today we can see a lot of announcement about hiring new staff, and many companies and big companies and innovative companies, they don't need you to have university diploma. Yes, they are quite easygoing about universities. You can be very high professional. You can, for example, be a nice programmer, but you don't need to have even bachelor degree. For what? If you can do something, no problem. This is, unfortunately, I don't like this. For me, I don't like this trend. This is a trend. We cannot say nice, or we cannot say yes or not. It's already going on. That a university education is has lower and lower value. But unfortunately, universities, this is universities' fault too. Because a lot of universities today in many countries, they started to be very, very concentrated on some kind of education. Before higher education, it was like education about everything and about nothing in the same time. The graduate from university could talk about everything, but didn't know anything in details. This graduate could not start working immediately, but this person was erudite. This person was this person could talk about many things, about politics, about computing, about environment, about many things, because it was a meaning of higher education about 20, 30, 40 years ago. But after, university started to change, and university started to be more and more concentrated and more practically oriented. And now students in universities, they have a lot of practical courses and practical classes. Yes, has long internship, and yes, now they are ready to start to work immediately after graduation ceremony, because they have some practical skills but very short and very narrow knowledge basic. They know only things that they can use in their job. But if jobs are changing so fast, and if today you study something that you will not find job for this one in the future, just in 3-4 years in the future. University started to be more and more concentrated on practice. In the same time, this university started to prepare graduates for some very, very limited job positions, list of job positions. And if the job positions change, it's very difficult, for example, for university to change as fast as business. I tell you some example. For example, in Thailand today, yes, nobody want to study in tourism. Tourism program in all university fall down completely for 100%. For example, if before we have a lot of students who wanted to join international hospitality, international tourism, airline business program, now nobody. Because parents clever, parents understand why I will pay money or why we will lose time to teach my son or my daughter to study, for example, hospitality if tourism finished in Thailand. No more. It's tourism like only maybe 12% if you compare with 2019. A lot of people who already got diploma cannot find job and they have to work as a seller in the shopping mall. Better I teach my son or daughter to be a farmer, yes, to sell rice, to sell fruits, to produce something related with fruit, with seafood, with agriculture, because it's survive. And demand for food, demand for everything is growing up. And maybe this is a good area for future employment. But still, but universities could not change their program immediately. And still now, a lot of international programs in the hospitality, airline business open, because it's very long time for university to change, for example, program, curricula and everything, but no demand. Yes. So in this situation, university diplomas and university degrees that are very concentrated and very practically oriented today, they will be more and more and more useless. And more and more companies will not ask everyone, will not ask any candidate to show their university diploma. It's already a trend. For example, company Google and Facebook officially stopped to request diploma from university. It means leaders, innovative leaders, they don't want you to have, they don't need you to have university, even BBA, for example, bachelor degree. You have to be just a specialist. It will be a big shock for all higher education all over the world. Next one, labor pension or work retirement. Because the aging of the global population, yes, a lot of people turn to be older and older in the future. What about their life? Who will support? Who will give them money? Pension system. No, as I know, in Indonesia, you have not government official pension system for everybody, same as in Thailand, same as in every Asian country. So for Asian country, it will not be a big shock and big crisis. But for example, for countries where pension is guaranteed by government for everybody who is over 60 or 65 years old, it will be a big shock because a lot of retired persons no money to pay, yes, because lack of workers, lack of young generation, and what government has to do. It will be very expensive for national budget, for pension, national pension fund. So it will be more and more popular in the future for workers to think about old age and to make, for example, saving, to save money for pension, yes, to open special bank account, to buy special insurance program, pension or retirement insurance, or for example, to participate in different retired Marshall funds and to think how to organize, how to manage your old age. Because for sure, government soon will stop to care about everybody who is old. So actually, it will be short, but not for Asia. Asia didn't have it, doesn't have it right now for everybody. So it will not be so socially important issue. But I told a lot yesterday about different computers, different programs, different soft, artificial intelligence. Like, I'm sorry, I just would like to read some questions. In Indonesia right now, so many layoffs in startup industry. Otherwise, startup industry 3-5 years ago, very booming in Indonesia. How to manage SDM and disruption era like now. Thank you.
SDM is HRM.
Okay. You mean how to manage HR in disruption era like now? You mean in startup industry, in some new business?
I guess so, because many of our small business lay off or going bankrupt.
Okay. So actually, thank you for this question. Actually, what I would like to say about startup, that a lot of startups bankrupt, that a lot of small business bankrupt too. Yes, and how to manage human resource in this non-stable era like today. So this is an issue for every kind of business. So you have to find first, you have to find this middle between what is important for you, and you have to change evaluation of your staff. You have to look at your staff. If you are owner, for example, of small business, you have to look at your staff and you have to understand you really can take care, for example, about this stuff. You really need this stuff, and this stuff can be useful for you for the future, because this is a big challenge for you. If you save a lot of people, you can maybe lose your money. Yes, you can, because this is a not stable situation. You cannot plan HR and, for example, this planning jobs and abilities for the future. So you have to be more serious about staff evaluation. You have to evaluate all your staff that you have today. And today you have opportunities to get staff from other companies, other business that bankrupt. Yes, today I'm sure in Indonesia, in Thailand, everywhere, the labor market is full of very high professionals who have some skills that they may be used in the previous job, but cannot use now because their old job bankrupt. I give you an example. Many people, for example, from tourism industry in Thailand, tourism industry, yes, in a big problem now. And a lot of people from sales department, from travel agents, they have experience in tourism, but they have some very specific talent. They have very good skill because they could speak with other person. They could sail. They can communicate with foreigners. They have some talent and skills in cross-culture communication. Maybe they can speak English. Maybe they can speak other languages, like Chinese, for example, Indonesian, and so on. And now this person who can sail, who can work overtime, because job in tourism is always overtime, not by the schedule, who can be self-managed, self-organized, who can, for example, motivate other people to buy, who can make aggressive sales, or these skills they have. Yes, they use the skills in tourism. Now they cannot use because no tourism. What to do with these people? Maybe you have some kind of business, maybe not in tourism. Maybe you sell property. Maybe you sell property, maybe you construct building or sell some property in resorts, I don't know, whatever. And anyway, you have customers who would like to buy property. They are not tourists, another customers. But actually, if you study sales, 8 kinds of customers everywhere. And if some person knows how to sell for each kind of customer, this person could sell package tour, travel ticket, room in the hotel or apartment. Nothing, it's not important what to sell. Most important how to do it. You can sell absolutely everything. If you know the logic of sales, if you have some communication skills, if you have some skills to sell, you can sell absolutely everything. So this person may be very important for your business too. And you can find this person and hire for very less salary, because this person may be now in big difficulties and cannot, for example, find another job from tourism, for example, like this. So you can find, firstly, you have, if you would like to find the normal person, good person for you, you have some chance, but you have to be more open-minded, and you have to think not only about person who has experience in the same business like yours. If your business today survive, it means other businesses like yours, your competitors also can survive. Don't think about it. Better you try to find some stuff from business that 100% bankrupt or will bankrupt soon, who has much more problems in your business. and try to think what talents and what skills from staff from bankrupted business or business that is in a problem you can use, and you can hire this person, and you can maybe hire, sometimes you can take one person together with customers. I mean, if this is a person, for example, from sales department, maybe this person has good client base. Yes, client base from another kind of business, but maybe you can use these customers together, and you can put these customers, their name, telephone numbers, email in your database. And after you can increase your sales just using the labor of this person. So if we talk about startup, I recommend you just to look, but not on education, not on real experience. Just look on talent and look on skills of this person. And you think what business have problem? You can use problem of other business as your benefits, and you can convert this business problem of another business in your business benefits, just hiring the best stuff from there for less money. Next question. Disappointed about degrees not valued. That's how we can stay relevant as HR professional. What hard skill and soft skill do we need to study? Okay. Okay, good question. I just talk about only degrees, only universities degrees. And actually, this is my personal opinion about the future of universities. No, actually, if you teach in universities, yes, I think you will agree with me that universities education in general will be very, very transformed in the future. You can see what's happened today. Today, we can see the situation when more and more universities, more and more important things is the ranking of university. This is a scientific data, yes, and scientific indicators. What is it? Who evaluated? Who calculated? It's very non-transparent area. Universities now working hard to increase ranking a little bit higher in country, in region, in the world, and so on. And universities, they are fighting for this ranking. Universities, they try to only fight for these indicators, only fight for these parametrics, only fight for these characteristics and for final ranking. Next one, a lot of today we have a big trend of MOOC, yes, this is a massive online education courses, yes, MOOCs program. I think you know, in Thailand it's already like hysteric about this one. And many universities, teachers and professors, they are forced by leadership to create some online courses and to put it where to put in most popular global platform. For example, for me, yes, if I would like to be a requested and respected professor, I have to make my own online course. For example, about, I don't know, what business taxation, yes? I have to make it, I have to create it, and I have to find ways how to post this course, for example, in Coursera or in Udemy or in some #1 universities in the world platform. For what? And after this course can be used online, yes, and after this course can be used many times, I will not be paid. University may be paid to me, maybe not. It's not like a rules, it's not like a regulation. But after I make this course and after this global database of all courses in all languages will be completed, we will lose our job. Because university will not be interested to have me as a teacher. Yes, they can say, no problem, we have your course online in global platform, for example, yes, recognized your course as a professional one, as a recommended one. So now we don't need you. We don't need your classes. We don't need your lectures. Yes, we only need to force all students, for example, to pass this online course, to pass all tests, to make some essay, for example, submit to this platform. Platform will give score and credits and everything. And university only copies these credits in a personal case, in a personal list of each student. So I see the future of education like this. Universities will turn from research and scientific centers just to somehow to say like fun zone. Students will has to have Students will have comfortable conditions, maybe swimming pools, co-working place, good canteen, good internet. But students can completely study online, not from university, but from this global platform. And university will have only some functional department who will collect data from global platform and give score individually to students. Normal teachers, professors will be not under demand. As forward, this is, I think this is the future of higher education all over the world. University will transform in this one, something between entertainment and education. Yeah, edutainment. This is a very popular name, popular term today. Yes, edutainment. And quality of this edutainment, yes, and who will be, how to evaluate, for example, skills and efficiency of future graduates. This is a big question and big issue. Yes, no, let's see. For me, this is like future, maybe 10, 15, 20 years in the future, our job will be completely devaluated. Yes, and will be very, very, because we will have to compete on the global level. A lot of teachers, because one teacher, for example, who has a wonderful course, he can have a lot of students from all over the world, and he will compete with you. Yes, you are just Indonesian teacher teaching your local university, but somebody, for example, from America, from Europe, from India, or from whatever, will be your competitor. Can you survive in this competition? Are you clever enough to use technology to make funny online program and online study? Do you have enough of skills, for example, to create this program? And do you have enough of success, for example, and knowledge and competences to download this program in global platform? If you can, yes, you can compete, but most of us cannot, because we have much less money, much less skills, yes, and much less free time to do it. No, okay. Now, a little bit go back to our lecture moment. Okay, actually, I told a lot, yes, about computer, artificial intelligence, and so on. But in this condition, in this situation, anyway, we have human-centered economy. And this is also like a trend, mid-term trend. Because anyway, human satisfaction will be most important reason of every businessman. Why your business exists? To satisfy people, to make everybody satisfied. So communication skills, skills in psychology, in motivation other people, in understanding other people's needs, in reading other people's faces, other people's feelings. Even these feelings are very, very secreted and covered and not manifested. Yes, if you can create comfortable, effective, and real communication with customers, with the people, in human-centered economy, you will be success. You will have success. Yes, the same about teachers, mentors, people who has talent to explain, who has talent to teach very fast and to give some practical and effective skills immediately, that your student listen to you and tomorrow he come to the somewhere and can use this knowledge and practice. You will have success. Transition from staff to talent. This is also important trend. Behavior, like unique skills and unique talents of people, this is most important for creation of value. So we have to think less and less about education, about practical background. We have to think more and more about portfolio, about personal achievement, about personal, how to say, some recognition of this person. Yes, we have to look at the results of previous job more than on the different improvement of this professional job before. Different recommendation letters, different suggestions, different diplomas, certificates, graduate, many things will have less and less and less importance. More and more importance will have portfolio, professional achievement. Yes, where even in our CV, we have to be more emphasized and more concentrated on our professional achievement. What did we do? and how did we change, for example, the life of our previous employer, or for example, how did we change the life of, I don't know, society or global world in our previous job, what we achieved. And maybe it will be more important for your future employers and your diploma or academic degree. Economics of tracking. Yes, actually, digital environment is becoming transparent for organization. Yes, so actually, we have to track, we have to understand what do our employees, do, for example, in social network, because all this activity have some traces, and we have to be, our company has to be more and more concentrated on this activity. We have to trace it, yes, and to understand how their behavior, how they're feeling change. And no, continuing education, this is a norm. It's not a new trend, but this trend will never die. Yes, even in midterm trend, this trend will continue to exist. Normally, we have to educate ourselves. We have to self-study all our life. And this is normality. This is your personal competitiveness. If you want to continue moving, yes, if you want to continue your life, you have to study all your life. It's absolutely normal when persons, for example, visit different courses, study different languages or professional courses, vocational courses, no problem. This is normally today for any age. Okay, next one. For long-term trends, it's like more than 30, 40 years in advance, yes, in the future. No, first trend that I said, this is artificial intelligence. Yes, artificial intelligence that can collect big data. Yes, and actually these technologies may be more effective to generate some solution of some routine and non-routine questions and problem. And of course, it will change our labor market and demand on this market. Next one, Industry 4.0. Today, this is a very popular topic, for example, in governments, that how to build, for example, Thailand 4.0. I'm sure that in Indonesia, you have many governmental national projects with similar meaning, yes, about future of the country. But actually, in this industry, we will have three kinds of people. We will have three kinds of people and three big groups of people: innovators, customers, consumers, and people who are technologically unemployed. Who are they? Innovators, that means the people who create new knowledge, who create new technology, and who create some innovations. These people, they are maximum very high qualified. They understand what qualification and what skills environment needs from them, and they are very highly qualified in this area. And of course, innovators, they will be like a king, yes, on the top level of this social pyramid. They can, for example, set up the trends for social development in the future. They can set up new rules of social games. It's normal. Many people, consumers who consume new technology, who can use, for example, different gadgets, different technologies, different soft, who are involved in the process of innovation generated, who use these innovations, who use these knowledges, these results. And these people also somewhere near the core direction of social progress. But don't forget other people who, for example, far away from technology, who cannot use technology. Maybe they are old enough. Maybe they have no money to get access to these technologies. Maybe they don't understand these technologies. Maybe they are very conservative for this technology. And we have to understand that these people will be actually unemployed. They will have no solution. They have no solution of their problem in future society 4.0. They will be losers. Yes, they will not get a good job. They will not be happy and satisfied by using new technology. They will be like on backstage of civilization. And this is a big issue for the future society. So we have to think that in new society 4.0, in after artificial intelligence revolution, inequality will not disappear. Inequality will exist and will be even more severe and stronger than today. Inequality, yes, will be between three kinds of people, three groups of society: innovators, consumers, and technologically unemployed people. Doesn't matter, are you rich or not, old or not, yes, married or single. It doesn't matter in the future. Much more important how far or how close you are to technologies. You just use technology, or you have skills to create some new, or you are far from this. And you are far from this, it means you are far from prospective future. You have to find your way in this pyramid, otherwise you will be out of social development. And this is again big issue for government, for all societies, and for business too. Okay, so first part of our topic actually considered, we just discussed very briefly about the trends of global work market, labor market. Now, briefly, let's concentrate more on HR, on job of human resource management department, yes, HR department. So we can identify some trends again that will change organization tools and instruments that HR management will use in the future. First one, again, we start again from office, home office, yes, working from home. No, actually, this is a big changes, and we have to repeat again and again, but because all issues and all consequences and all results of remote job are discussed and discovered and very important, and they really changed and they really impacted on HR job today. So it's not just like our past, yes, for 2 years, but as I told, it will remain in the future. This is a trend that we will have maybe forever, because as I said, majority of people, they don't want to completely turn to work in office, same as 3 years, 4 years before. So many workers, they understand their benefits from working from home. Yes, commute time, for example, time they spend, yes, more beneficial for their health. They can change format, they can choose format of job and schedule of job convenient for them, flexible schedule, yes, load sharing, and so on. Actually, 78%, moment, yes. But what about company? Remote work changed the process of companies, yes, organization processes in the company. But after overcoming the adaptation period, most employers have appreciated the benefits, yes, have adapted and prefer to combine work in the office and work from home during the working week. Yes, 20% of people want to stay remoted, yes, on more or less permanent basis. They completely don't want to go back to the office. Okay, so actually this is a big issue. Second one, this is a issue for company at all. This is sorry?
No, excuse me.
Okay. This is uncertain management. This is the second issue and second trend that actually HR department has to take in account. Uncertainty, this is a big challenge, and this is a big issue today, because a lot of people, even they work in the home, yes, but they feel not satisfied for 100%. They feel uncertain. They lost trust in the company. They lost their trust in the future. They don't see, for example, didn't see colleagues, didn't see their boss, and they lost, for example, some corporate spirit and some corporative relationships. It was really boring. It was really big anxiety for the people. People feel uncertain. Yes, and actually today we have to understand uncertainty is a new normality. Yes, everything is uncertain now all over the world. In every country, situation can change very easy tomorrow. Yes, political, cultural, ecological, economical, about health, pandemic situation. We don't know what's happened, for example, tomorrow with pandemic. Maybe new, yes, well, I don't know, monkeypox coming from Europe and Asia, yes, and again, country will be closed and we stay in home. Why not? It can happen very easy, yes, and we have to adjust again our business. We have to adjust again our HR department job for these new realities and new requirements. So today is a very big importance for the skills of uncertain management. Can you be ready for any kind of changes tomorrow? Your flexibility, your soft skills, yes, your soft skills to adapt, to fast adapt. Yes, this is your main business competence of success if you are a successful manager. Yes, so actually, if you can manage uncertainty, if you, for example, can set up trust between you and other people, for example, in your company, if you can, for example, set up feeling of stability even in our unstable and uncertain situation, this is a very high requested and high demanded professionalism of modern manager. I'm sorry, I got 2 messages in chat. It's not about question. 10 minutes more. Okay. Number 3. This is depends of uncertainty, yes, uncertain situation. So many employers don't feel cooperative spirit, don't feel some relationships, feel uncertain. So you have to think how to combine and how to mix your stuff together. Maybe you can move some, for example, corporative party online. For example, you can buy order pizza to your staff, for example, or you can make some short meeting online in some Zoom conference to discuss, like you maybe go to smoke together or go to drink coffee together with your friends or with your employees. And today, managers use these technologies, use these tools, for example, keeping staff together, even staff who prefer to work online, prefer to work from home. Okay, this one we skip. Next one, about hiring, yes, and introduction to new job, also changed forever, yes, because now we have a lot of huge new barriers, because you have to hire staff in this difficult situation, and there are new barriers between staff and effective job in your company. So actually, HR trend has to understand what new barriers for effective job, for effective start of job of new staff, of new employee, you have to overtake. And you have, for example, maybe computer, maybe not convenient conditions of job at home. Yes, maybe not enough of space, for example, for individual job at home, and so on, so on. These new barriers and new conditions of job, HR department has to realize and has to take in account. Okay. No, actually, what I said, maybe last one, yes, last trend about staff turnover, yes, staff hire and go, come and go, come and go. Yes, what actually I got some question about staff, yes, from business that bankrupt today. Yes, and I told that this is a good chance and good way and good opportunities to find the better staff and just to move away and set away your old staff if you don't feel satisfied with it anymore. So it's not a problem for a company if staff turnover is on the rise. It's normal. This is time of instability, so staff turnover will rise anyway. Anyway, in all kinds of business, in any company, it's going on the same. So don't think too much about, my God, so many staff coming and going out. So maybe my company is not enough. Maybe your company is not good enough. Yes, maybe it's a problem too, but maybe you have to find some benefits from this one. So, no, okay. Okay, Thank you very much. I think it was not so boring for you. I'm sorry if I took much time than I could do. Okay, if you have any more questions, please, you can ask me. I will be happy to answer.
Is there any questions, everyone? You want to speak up? That's okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Anton?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Prof. Denis, thank you for your sharing. I think I would like to ask again, actually, the one that I asked you first is the soft skill and technical skills, yeah, hard skills that we as HR needs to acquire, because as you mentioned, there are skills that become irrelevant. I think what do you think is in the coming 5 years, or right now actually, what types of skills, hard or technical skills and soft skills do we need to acquire now, since we want to become still relevant, right? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for this question. Okay. Thank you for this question. Actually, what I would like to say, as I said already today, yes, the meaning and importance of soft skills will increase. So actually, if we would like to be more demanded and more popular on the labor market, we have to think about our soft skills firstly. Yes, it's more important for us if we actually, okay, if to imagine, yes, what hard skills, this is like our professionalism. Soft skills, this is like a package for our professionalism in some very specific area. But this can be, for example, like a sphere, but soft skills can have any shape, can be like triangle, can be, for example, be like ramp and so on. So what does it mean? It means that actually you can pack your professionalism in any shape, in any form, and sell to everybody if you have very flexible and very effective soft skills. So soft skills, maybe this is more important for your popularity on the labor market today, because if you have enough of soft skills, you can be easy, for example, you can be easy matched with a specific of every company. As I said in my presentation today, yes, our future economy will be human-centered. So if you can read, for example, if you can scan and monitor human feeling, human needs, maybe, yes, you can sell absolutely everything to this human, to this person. If you have a skill, for example, professionalism, you sell something, no, maybe, for example, you sold, I don't know, air tickets. Yes, you are professional, you know, for example, about computer systems that sell tickets and combine tickets and fares and many things. It was your professional knowledge. Yes, you study for this in university, maybe 2, 3, 4 years. You could do it. You understand how it works from inside. But you have soft skills that you got from some special training, from university too, from your personalities. Now your company bankrupt. But if you have some soft skills, they are more important today to get a better job, for example, to sell a property, apartment. Yes, now you don't know about construction business, anything, but because of the value of diplomas will decrease, so it means the value of hard skills will decrease too. Actually, today, if they have nice mentor, nice tutor, they can teach you basics of this construction business, maybe just for 1 week, for 2 weeks. Yes, you won't get any diploma, but you get some hard skills that will be enough to sell. So if you have the soft skills, good enough, effective enough, and flexible enough, you will be better employed. You will have job faster, and actually you can be very flexible to get jobs in different organizations. So for my opinion, it's my personal opinion, soft skills. No, of course, even if you work only with computer, if you really work with computers, you just look like programmer, you sociopathic, and you stay only home. But anyway, you communicate with people. Anyway, you have to communicate with customers, with some clients, with social group, with anyone. If you have these communication skills, if you can attract customers, make some marketing, if you have the skills, you can sell absolutely everything, and you will be flexible and you will be more ready more ready for in these uncertain conditions. So what next one I told about uncertain management. Yes, this is we study teach like crisis management, but it's not the same. Crisis is predictable. Crisis is normal. It's normal situation in economy. Yes, fall down and up and down. It's company can predict and can forecast crisis and can have some theoretical background how to prepare for crisis and how to manage critical situation in your company. Crisis management, but uncertain management, this is not like this, because uncertain management, this is the managing of something non-predictable. This is your personal ability, how to be concentrated, how to find original solution of this problem, how to flexibly collect required data, information, and how to build, for example, flexible model and organize flexible model in your company to overtake uncertainty. What this is also big skills, but actually these skills is, I think, more personal, not related with your experience. Actually, it's just your personal self-organization. This is your personal psychological, maybe your psychological talent. Yes. So why I told what again from stuff to talent. Yes, talent usually came from God. If you have this talent, you can practice and you can develop this kind of skills. But somebody has no talent. They can study a lot, they can work a lot, but to make some original, innovative idea, not. I hope I answer your question,
Yes,
Professor.
sure. Can I have another question? It's very
yeah, for sure.
simple. So I think the international job opportunities, because I see you are an international assignments. Yeah. How do you see the international job opportunities for Indonesian, for example, or for people in Asia?
Sir, I don't see, I love Indonesia. I travel Indonesia many times, and I love your country, but I don't see any opportunities for Indonesian people. I don't see some reason for Indonesian people to look at job in abroad. You have wonderful country full of resources with great market and biggest future. And right now, Indonesia start to develop faster. Now only two countries in ASEAN develop faster, Vietnam and Indonesia. Other countries already stable. For example, Thailand developed very, very slowly because maybe reach some heights before, and now development is very, very slowly. But Indonesia and Vietnam is developing fast, and you have more advantages in Thailand. You have 300 million people. This is a huge market, a lot of customers. You have huge resources. Yes, a big area, big land, and for agriculture, for absolutely good location between two oceans. So you can control very important way for China from Indian Ocean to Pacific Ocean. This is a big opportunities for Indonesia to be a superpower. So actually, I trust and I hope that your country, as a foreigners, have to find way to work in Indonesia in the future. But for you, I think better to be more concentrated in your own countries. Yeah, because this is the future, and it's not because I'm talking with you, with Indonesian audience. Not. I'm really sure. Yeah. Just good governance, investment in infrastructure, effective international policy, because Indonesia has to play between China and America, India too. Between three superpowers, you have to play on the international stage. And actually, I believe that Indonesia will have the biggest opportunities in Southeast Asia.
Okay. Come to Indonesia then.
Yes, why not? Cancel visa, because till now you have visa for in Indonesia. COVID visa not cancelled for tourists till now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for questions.
All right, Mr. Denis, Raisa has raised her hand. Please, Ms. Raisa.
Okay, nice to meet you, Prof. Denis. First of all, it's very kind of you for sharing your experience and knowledge, which very important for me and give me many advantage. I have a question for you. From coronavirus pandemic, the corporate or company must change, and the people must be changed too. And my question is, if the corporate give the new system, maybe it's very easier than how to HR make the people change. My question, how HR, it's a challenge for HR to make people change and follow the system, the new system, and how the HR team to make people follow the system, that new system.
Okay, thank you very much for your question.
Yeah.
Actually, what I just give you some guidelines, yes, because of course it depends on kind of business. It depends on how big is your business, how rich is your business. But I give you one important guideline. Today, HR department can be like a superpower police. I know companies in Thailand, in Europe, this company use special program. And for example, you stay home, you work from house, yes, but company can control you completely. They can look at you, what are you doing, are you looking, even you stay home, what website you open, how long time you stay, for example, in the social network, what are you talking, did you call by telephone? Oh, they control you completely. This is the first way. Yes, some companies think it's okay because you are not in office, but we pay you money. So you have to be at home like the same as you at office. You cannot open telephone, you cannot talk with your friend, you cannot go to toilet, for example, you cannot eat when you talk by telephone with customers, and they can control you by computer. It's possible. But how do you like it as an employee? If somebody, you stay home, yes, and somebody control in your personal area, maybe you stay with your parents or children, yes, and of course, if you are mom and child come to you, you cannot say, no, go, because I'm in office. So maybe it's not normal, maybe this is over control, like a real dictatorship, digital dictatorship on your life. And it will make you more frustrated because anyway, when you are in office, you have other feeling. You wait for time when you have to go home, it's okay. But now you're at home. You cannot be 400%. You cannot behave same as an office. And this is digital control, over control, and digital dictatorship will make you very anxiety, will make you very upset, frustrated, and maybe even pressure your psychology. It's not good. Another way, yes, I give you some example for give you freedom. What this is your job, yes, you have to make today. I don't care when you will make it. I don't know what time you will call, what time you complete this document, what time. It's up to you. You are free scheduling. Yes, you can set up your own schedule. Maybe you are convenient to work in the night in your house. Yes, we don't care. You are free, but you have to complete this one from home. Nobody controls. But this is also not good because in this situation, company is not sure, are you really complete on time or not? Maybe you can create some problem for the company. So if we talk about HR, what HR has to do? HR has to find solution between, or just between these two different directions, two different extremals, yes? Don't be like a cyber policeman, but don't give too much of freedom for your worker. Anyway, your worker has to feel that he is working. Yes, from home, yes, in underwear, for example, yes, no problem, but he is working. So you have to organize, even when you work from home, you have to feel that you are in office anyway, that you are under responsibility, that you are on duty. Yes, you have to look like officially, yes, you have to be on time. You cannot sleep until midday and after fast you make something for 1 hour. Not. It's not good for your health too. you will be distracted, you will feel not good. Yes, you have to work on the schedule. You have to look like official way. You have to talk with somebody officially, but without some grid control, for example, using digital technologies. I hope I answer your question.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. Denis.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we have no questions and the time is also up. So ladies and gentlemen, we had finished the session. It was an inspiring Dr. Denis and well-presented lecture. Thank you for all the questions and good discussion we had. I hope this session will give us better understanding about the topic. If I could point out some good insights that I got today, that would be how we survive the future is how close we are to technology. And to face the uncertain world, we should be ready for changes, be flexible, and fast adapt. And before we close today's guest lecture, please, if you want to, we would have a photo session together through this Zoom platform. For those who are agreed to be present in the group photo, please turn off your camera. Okay, are we waiting? All right, are you ready, guys? I'll count on 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right, wait a moment. Wait a moment. One more. For the next slide, 3, 2, 1, and cheese. All right, someone just show up.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to once again thank Dr. Denis for his excellent and insightful lecture. We also would like to express our gratitude to all the participants who have joined this meeting. Last but not least, I, Fitri, as moderator, sorry, my name is Nita. I would like to encourage all the participants to fill the attendance so that you can get the certificate. I hope for us a good luck and see you in the next guest lecture. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Denis.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Denis.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.